Hello, and it's great to have you back. I am Kowinjo, and in this Star Wars Outlaws Trophy guide, we will be focusing on the trophy Kick Up, for which we need to defeat the capital ship of each syndicate without taking hull damage. What should I say to you guys? From my perspective, it's by far the most difficult trophy in the entire game. I can promise you that once you unlock the trophy, you will 100% also unlock the Platinum Trophy. There is nothing more difficult in the game. There is an incredible amount to consider, very many uncertainties. The good news is that if you watch this video all the way through, I can promise you that you will have no more problems with the trophy. I will give you a lot of tips and tricks here, explaining my approach in detail on how you can earn the trophy relatively easily and relax despite everything. That's exactly what this video is about, so let's get started. So, my dear friends, let's get started. And before you see my gameplay here, where I will of course give you more tips and tricks, you will see the exact locations of the capital ships. For example, I have just decided to share 4 essential things with you. We will also start directly with point number 1, which is to maximize the upgrades for your breakers, especially in the area of defense. This is very important if you want to earn the trophy as easily as possible. Of course, the shield is not unimportant here, but fundamentally it is all about the hull. This is this part here, and I can only highly recommend that you fully upgrade this section. It's very important, making the acquisition of the trophy potentially much easier. You see, we also have an auto repair function that will come into play for you at some point. Very important. This is my first major tip. The second big tip I can give you has always been my very important approach. For example, if you are here on Tatooine where there are capital ships, yes, you travel here and save the game once. This is very important. And if the capital ship is not located exactly at the position where you will see it in the video, no problem at all. Simply reload the save, fly back to the position, and repeat the process, ideally a maximum of 1 or 2 times. If things go a little worse, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8, 9, or 10 times. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. It's a bit random, similar to the speeder bike races here and other things like pickpocketing, for which I uploaded a video. So it's very important to use the save and load function here. This is the second very big tip I can give you. I will go into the third major hint in detail shortly when you see my gameplay. There is definitely a small bug or game mechanic here that you can exploit. You don't have to fight capital ships, you can simply fly directly onto capital ships using the boost. You will take enormous damage, and the good thing is that the capital ship will not attack you anyway. The commander will complain a bit, but nothing will happen. I even completely eliminated 2 or 3 capital ships by using the boost just once here, always flying straight into the ship. Nothing is really happening at all. The capital ship will surrender without a fight. You'll see. Super easy and relaxed, of course. This way, the hull is not attacked at all. You will be able to unlock the trophy quite easily when it comes to the battle. You won't have any problems, of course, with the capital ships destroying you. And the fourth major tip I can give you, which I had huge problems with in 2001, is the capital ship of the Hood Cartel here on Tatooine. I will of course show you that again in the gameplay. I would like to share a game mechanic with you in advance that is absolutely essential. The capital ship of the Hood Cartel is located here, quite precisely at the Imperial console. And what I can definitely recommend is to definitely make use of the save and load function. But there is a special feature here. I can always recommend that you come into this area, fly in, and then the landing on the planet will be initiated, so to speak. And that is exactly the point where you can then cancel with the circle button. Then turn around here and do the whole thing 5, 6, 7, or in the worst case 10 times. And I can actually promise you 99% that this ship of the Hood Cartel will spawn here. I'll show you the whole thing live. So, you turn around right here in this area where I'm currently aiming, the ship will spawn. I've tried it 3 or 4 times and it's always been the same, just so you know I'm not telling you any nonsense. You fly to Tatooine here, and then the landing is offered right here. We won't do all of that. We'll break off with the circle, and then you shoot forward here. And eventually, during these attempts, a ship will spawn here. You see a ship just appeared out of nowhere. I can fly by it once. And this is, for example, the capital ship of the Pike Syndicate. This is a very, very good example because I will show you the whole thing live. Then you can also eliminate the capital ship of the Pike Syndicate here. But of course, we want to have the ship of the Hutt Cartel, the capital ship. And this is how you do it. You fly to Tatooine, and the landing will then be offered. You wait the whole time, wait, and then you press circle as soon as the landing is finally offered, and then you can go full throttle here. You see that the capital ship of the Pike Syndicate is gone. I just noticed that it has respawned here again. But at some point in the upcoming attempts, the capital ship of the Hood Cartel will spawn right here in this area where I am currently moving. You will see it shortly in the video. So always approach Tatooine nicely, then brake with a circle and turn back. Everything will be reset, so to speak. And then I can promise you, you will encounter this ship right here at this point after a few attempts. Those were my 4 very, very important tips that I can give you if you really want to make it very, very easy with the trophy. And now I will definitely give you many more tips. So let's take a close look at my gameplay. So, my dear friends, let's get started. I will now show you the exact locations of all 4 capital ships from the different syndicates. We'll begin with Toshara. I think Toshara is of course very, very small here in orbit. You can't miss it at all. Below is the Imperial base, and then a little higher up where the various chunks of rock can be seen for the first time. The rock fragments. That's exactly where the capital ship will appear. I have labeled it for you above accordingly, and here you can see my tactic. It's incredibly good. You just need to activate the boost, and of course, you can then perform the looping maneuver accordingly. That's how I've always done it. Of course, this is heavily edited now because otherwise the video would be very, very long and in itself also very, very boring. I don't think there's much to explain. You see how I always go all out into the ship here. So with everything I have at maximum speed, the ship does not resist at all. It is completely motionless here. And it was right at this point that I eliminated it. The first capital ship from Crimson Dawn, you can see the location above me. I have labeled it accordingly to be found on Toshara. I have included the location where I started, and here it is again, of course, unedited. The location where I then destroyed it is, of course, almost in the same spot. Maybe a little further up or down. You can see it again now, so I'm a bit further north. The ship is always moving. The Syndicate ship. Here I will show again where it is located exactly. So you see, ultimately, the gameplay mechanics are actually always the same. The ships will not attack you. You need to be careful not to open fire. I know it can be tempting sometimes, but that's just how it is. Just leave it and focus on lying down with 4. Here is the second capital ship, of course, from the Ashiga clan. It is located in the Kimi orbit. Also very, very small, you can't miss it at all. Imperial terminal here, you can orient yourself very, very well with these 2. And at the upper Imperial terminal, right here in the nebula fog, yes, in the center, so to speak, in the epicenter, that's exactly where you will find the second ship. Always remember the load and save function. Very, very important. Users, definitely. Here I will show you the location again for a relatively long time. And again, the exact same approach is cut here. I did nothing. Keep flying straight at the ship. Then the commander keeps complaining we should leave him alone. The ship won't attack you accordingly. Here again with the boost on. Here I have also left in a third attempt unedited, showing how I stay on target the whole time. And then I eliminated the second of 4 ships. Really on a completely relaxed basis. I don't think it can get any simpler. Many of you will have had problems with the combat, resulting in hull damage and of course with the location. I think your hull is getting damaged here. That shouldn't be a problem at all after the video. You can definitely take advantage of the game mechanics here. Today is the 27th of September 2024, for those who might be watching this a few months from now. Of course, I don't know if any patches or title updates will be applied here. That might restrict the whole thing, where you might still have to fight against the ships. I don't know that. But as of today, September 27th, no problem at all. This is the third of 4 locations. This is now the capital ship of the Pike Syndicate, already on Tatooine. Here a little higher, you can't miss it. Again, the same approach. Sometimes the capital ships are engaged in battle. You need to be a bit careful in those situations. I would recommend a slightly different tactic, which I believe I used here as well. You can continuously weaken the ship using the same approach. And then, of course, you can shoot a few rockets at it. I'm sneaking up from behind here. The capital ship can't defend itself at all. And then I've taken care of it. Because you have to make sure that the last shot is not fired by pirates or anything like that. Then it doesn't count at all. That's why I also played it safe here. Of course, you can combine my tactics and then at the end take away the last energy accordingly with shots and rockets. Yes, this is my exact location. Again, I don't think you can miss it. Right here with the Hut Cartel, the location is very, very small. And that is exactly what I have already shown you in advance in my tips and tricks section. I'm tearing this up on Tatooine, turning around in a circle. I've just gone into great detail about that. And now you see the capital ship of the Hood Cartel spawn here more or less out of nowhere. There it is. I have tried it several times afterwards as well. It always worked wonderfully. Very, very simple. Again, the same approach here. I'll show you my location again. Please don't shoot at the ship here either. Just fly straight towards it. Nothing will happen at all. It's really easy and relaxed. This is also the last of the 4 capital ships. Accordingly, there are 4 cartels corresponding to the 4 capital ships. Here you can see the exact location again. However, I also went into the exact procedure before that. Take a look at how you can make the ship of the Hut Cartel spawn here. I had very, very big problems with that. But this will definitely work. Here you will see my live trophy achievement again shortly. I just kept flying onto the ship, and that's how I naturally unlocked the trophy. Here I delivered the final blow with my boost, and then I can also claim a nice reward here, but primarily, of course, the trophy has come in. So I think it's definitely a very relaxed approach once you get the hang of it. Yes, guys, you now have the locations where the 4 ships definitely spawn. I can promise you that 100%. You know how to eliminate them very easily, even without having to fight against them. This is also absolutely essential. I think and hope that the video will definitely help you. As mentioned, it is by far the most difficult trophy in Star Wars Outlaws. I think many will still be missing this trophy for Platinum. That should be done now. I congratulate everyone on the Platinum in case they had any issues with it. I think it really depends a lot on this trophy. That should be done now. Thank you for watching, and I hope the video has been helpful to you. Feel free to stay tuned for more guides, not just for Star Wars Outlaws on my channel. I would be really happy about that. With that said, take care, see you soon, and goodbye.